we need, yeah. Man, I got it, wow.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Box Seats. This is the show we talk about sports with comedians. Let's get ready to get the comics in here and get this show started. My man up first, Howie Bell. How you doing, sir?
What up, Frank? What up, man? How you feeling today, my brother?
Doing good. Good to see you here too, bro. Good to see you here.
Yes,
Let's bring
sir.
in filmmaker Jason Hayes. Jay, how
What
you doing, sir?
up, fellas?
My
to see you, bro.
God, what it do?
Yeah, yes, sir. Good to see you guys. Oh my! Now, of course, I have the hiccups. Been sitting here all day, no hiccups, and it's like no hiccups come. You know how I go. All right, guys, we got a lot to talk about while we wait for a couple other guys to jump in, and because there's so much to talk about, I want to get us started with you, Howie Bell. First, I'm going to put you in the proper position, like I always do, and let's get ready to get this thing started. First up, I don't know if you guys heard the story. Let me take that off. That's not the first story. The first story is gonna be this one, Howie Bell. The first story is what we're talking about. Major League Baseball is getting ready this week, this Wednesday. They are getting ready to implement basically an electronic system. Basically, it's going to be called the automated ball strike system for regular season play. This season, it starts with the New York Yankees opener at San Francisco on Wednesday night. Actually, that's tonight. And here's the situation. The umps are upset because they don't want to get embarrassed in front of basically 300,000, 400,000 fans overall over the season. Now, here's the stats. The stats were, Howie, that there's a 92% accuracy rate, which was the highest on an average of 10.88 missed calls per game, according to the Major League Baseball. It's down from an average of 16.58 missed calls per game way back in 2016, which then had an accuracy rate of 89.31%. Howie Bell, this is what's going to happen. The pitcher will pitch the ball. The ump will make the call. After the ump makes the call, the automatic strike system will say if that call was equivalent to what they called. You know what I mean? So if they call it, but if they call a ball and the automatic system calls a strike, the team who is up at bat can say, hey, you're wrong. Let's go with you know what I mean? That's where we're at right now. And the umps don't want to be embarrassed with that. And honestly, Howie, I think this is going to cause a huge system with the umpires. You know, huge problem with the umpires. Where you at, Howie Bell, with this? What you think? Do you think it's something that is going to move forward?
Yeah, unfortunately, this is all AI, man. We are moving into, forget the robots flipping burgers. They making the calls now. So this is where we going. Man, listen, bro. First of all, this is a lot to unpack here. Let me say this. This is already going to slow down an already long-ass damn game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now we're going to add another, whatever amount of time this is to start figuring out and challenging calls and doing all. Oh, my God. This is going to be horrible. But it's moving into AI. Next thing you know, you're not going to need an umpire.
That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, you're not going to need them. You know what I'm saying? We got the automatic system that's going to tell you a strike zone, a ball zone, whatever, and they're going to need it. What's next? The pitcher. So we're gonna have an automatic ball come out, just feed the ball into the machine, and the pitch goes out. Right. And then and what's going to happen? The robot hits the ball. We're not going to need humans for anything, not even sports. This is getting ridiculous, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's going to be human error. Humans make mistakes. So we're going to take out the human element to try to be perfect in the robotic world. Hey, man, welcome to the Terminator, Total Recall, any goddamn movie you remember watching, because here we go.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I'm not liking where it's setting up at right now, but that's where we're going at with. But Jay, what's your thoughts on this, Jay? How are you feeling about this situation, Jay?
Bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they just trying to figure out a way, to not pay umpires anymore.
Yeah.
And so what they're doing right now, they work them in tandem to get you used to the machine.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to use how many times the machine disagrees with the ump as justification as who says that the machine is accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Right? How do we know that the ump wasn't correct and the machine is wrong? Because it showed you a graphic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So So no, I mean it's how we touched on. It's like they're trying to figure out a way to not pay umpires.
Right.
Another way to cut costs, to put more money in owners' pockets, to have less responsibility for pensions, to have less responsibility, for paying for travel and all those things that come along with it. The beauty of baseball is that human element is baked into the cake.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I played baseball, man, and the thing was like as much as you scouted teams, you had different umpires all the time. And you knew what their strike zones were. You had to know how they, like how they ump games, what was a ball for them, what was a strike for them, if you could talk to them, or talk back to them. That's all a part of the game. But this seems like another knee-jerk reaction to trying to appease whiny ass fans who ain't never done nothing. I'm tired of these people, bro.
All right, so let me just add on to this, what you're saying, Jay, and just say that there is, according to what baseball is saying, they're going to have 12 Hawkeye cameras from all over, giving all kinds of separate angles. 12 type of different cameras giving these angles. So when the pitcher pitches the ball, that this is the issue that what they're gonna have. D Jones is join us, man. What's up, Damon? How you doing?
Computers are wrong all the time, man. I ain't buying none of that shit they talking.
Yeah. What's up, D Jones?
Little cute girls outside selling me parfaits, man. That's why I'm late. I'm sorry. Shoot.
It's okay. It's like, what's your take on this, man? I was talking about Major League Baseball introducing an automated ball strike system starting tonight, actually, with the Yankees game. They're starting tonight. Yankees and San Francisco Giants tonight. What's your take on this?
There's a couple takes on baseball. One is they on Netflix tonight. That's wild.
Yeah, they are.
This, if it's gonna speed the game up, I'm for it because, man, baseball can be long and boring as hell, but it is going to take the human element out of it, which make it a little bit more exciting. But if it's shortening the game, I'm kind of for it. Let's see how it works. I play less games, and that'd be even better than doing this. But I don't see nothing. Let's see how it works, man. Let's just see how it works.
I'm on the record. I'm not for it at all. I hate the
hell no. I don't want to see that, bro.
I mean, and besides that, who's going to run up and kick dirt on the other nigga's ankles? I mean, who's going to do that? You know what I'm saying? Excuse my language. You know
what I'm saying?
You going to kick dirt at the computer, at the camera? What are you going to do? Somebody got to argue with somebody.
You're right, Howie. I mean, it's taking all the elements that are exciting about baseball. Like it's exciting to watch the managers argue with the umpire.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, it adds to the game to see the players argue with the umpire. So understand what they're saying. They're saying that this computer is infallible. They're saying that 100% of the time it's going to make the right call. So therefore, it's going to override people.
Yeah.
And even if you disagree with the computer, there's nothing you can do. Come on, bro. Stop this.
This is actually bigger than that, Jay and Frank. And I know you got to move on. But this is a telltale sign of what's to come in all facets and all genres of any type of workforce or any type of organization or business, bro. We are. This is slippery slope.
Yeah, a very slippery slope.
By a robot. It was a delivery service on the streets, and it ran through the bus stop.
I saw that today. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, guys, this is the world we're about to live in, where you're going to see deliveries going one way. You're going to see cars driving without people, and then you're going to see these computer things in the game. This is where we at. It's 2026.
But no, Frank, I disagree because that's the world they're trying to get us to accept that we have to live in. We ain't got to live in this world.
I mean,
we ain't got to accept that.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying? We can say, no, we ain't doing that. And it won't happen.
Well, when you go to LA, and I go to LA often, you will see cars going by with no drivers. You will see these little things coming around, dropping off food, delivering food. And now you're about to see these computer-generated things calling balls and strikes in baseball games. That's all I'm saying. But
Frank, what happens when you refuse to use those items?
No, I agree. But unfortunately,
you know what I'm saying? It's our choice, bro. If it happens, that means we let it.
Yeah, right. And then that's what I honestly, unfortunately, that's what's happening with the younger generation because they're using it and they're accepting it, whether you want to agree or disagree. The younger generation is placing those orders. They don't want
not
to sit in
mine.
these cars. I ain't getting no car with no driver, but young
Not
cats.
mine, bro. Not the household. Not the ones coming out this house. They ain't doing it.
Sent my dial back.
I ain't mad at you.
You know, like in Atlanta, man, you know, it's driverless cars all over Atlanta. I would never get inside one of them.
Everywhere in Atlanta. They all over.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. All right, but let's keep it moving. Howie Bell, you up next, bro. So, Howie, I got another situation that I got to talk to you about. And I don't know if you saw the news about this, man, but North Carolina head basketball coach Hubert Davis was fired by North Carolina, obviously, right after the Tar Heels lost to VCU. And I got to say this, Howie Bell. I ain't surprised. I don't think anybody's surprised, especially with the rotation of 6 people at the second half of that game. But that's where we are, Howie. So that's where we are.
Up double digits.
Yeah, and they were up. Where you at with this? Where you out? Howie? What's your take?
You know what, man? I heard about it, you know, and I think they're trying to get somebody else to get in there, you know, to kind of see, you know, bring, I guess, North Carolina back to its glory, whatever that was. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the, I think they did a story about the blue teams, North Carolina, Duke, and another one. But so I don't know, man. I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? What North Carolina does. You know what I'm saying? I'm more concerned about Michigan State. You know, but you know, hey, man. I wish them luck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, to me, all these coaches get paid tons of money. I never feel sorry for these guys, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. D. Jones, where you at with North Carolina firing Hubert Davis?
He made the Final Four one time the year after Roy left, so that was his team. I don't think he's great at recruiting. This North Carolina, man. You're supposed to get some of the best kids in the country to want to come play for North Carolina.
Always. Yep.
So I think recruiting had something to do with it. His game plan, like y'all said, how can you lose that game like that? And then I want to see 2 people get an opportunity at North Carolina. One is 2 of them kind of funny to me. I want to see Jerry Stackhouse opportunity coach. And if I'm North Carolina, I would be petty and call Bobby Hurley.
That's a good one. Yeah. That's a good one. Because they would do that too. They would, and Bobby was the coach. So yeah.
Ain't no way they hired Bobby Hurley, bro. Man, they burned down the Dean Dome.
Yeah, they would. They definitely would do that. But what's your take on this, Jay? Where you at with this?
Hey, like I told y'all last week, they should have left Hubert Davis at the goddamn arena and made him find his way home. Bro, I mean, you cannot blow a 25-point lead to a lesser opponent.
Right.
I don't care who you are, man. You know, now, they've been like mid since he's been there. You know, and he's like this milquetoast personality, man. I see him on the sideline. I'm like, that dude would never excite me to go play for him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's no knock on him. I mean, maybe it's just his personality. But if you're a head coach and you got to compete in today's world, not just recruiting, but NIL money and, everybody got young, exciting systems and stuff. And you, that same boring dude, it was a bad fit, man. I mean, it was a bad hire from the start, if you ask me. So to me, it's not surprising, and it needed to happen, especially after what happened to them against VCU in the tournament.
Most definitely. As we keep moving on, let's talk about the next topic. The next topic is the NBA Board of Governors approved the expansion, Howie, of Vegas and Seattle.
We knew that.
Yeah, we knew it was coming. There's no shocking here. The reason why I wanted to bring it up is because what's happening now is there's no talk of LeBron James being in any of these conversations with any of these expansion teams. You know what I mean? Actually, it's all seems to be quieted down. What's your take on the lack of LeBron James being mentioned in the NBA's Board of Governors approving the expansion? Howie Bell, what's your take on that?
I don't know. This is getting interesting because if they could kind of get him out of there, then that's another way for them to block him, or block another black man, especially from being an owner or doing stuff like this on the next level. So I'm a little weirded about that. I just been hearing it from you. I thought that he was going to be a big part of one of these. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
That don't sound right. Smell like a little fish. Smell a little fishy. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, they can't block that man. And if they do, you know what, man? We just living in a super hyper racist racial place in America, bro. And I wouldn't put it past them that they just don't want him to get a piece of that pie.
They
Period.
ain't
It's just
hiding no
what it
more,
is.
Howard.
Yeah, that's it. I
I
mean,
don't
you
know.
know, it's sad.
I don't know if it's a racial thing, Howie, but I will go on and say that they definitely don't like LeBron James having that much power. You know what I mean? Like having the amount of power, because he's very powerful. He's probably one of the most influential NBA players to ever play the game.
Sure.
I think he's more influential than Michael Jordan.
But
You know
what
I mean?
about how powerful Kobe Bryant was before he got killed?
Right, but
He had no
Notice I
juice.
said killed.
He had no juice.
LeBron has eclipsed Kobe.
He
I'm
had
saying
no
at
juice
the
like
time
that.
when Kobe was alive,
He had no juice like that. Kobe's popping in LA. He wasn't nothing nowhere else, bro.
Hold on, man. I'm talking about business wise. Kobe was on his way to do some incredible things.
Oh yeah.
So what I'm saying is, and you talk about a man that can speak 5 languages. Don't put it past Kobe was on his way to do some things before he got killed. Let me just say,
but Howie, I'm not disputing that. But what I'm saying is right now is
that was next level.
Right. Well, where LeBron James is now eclipses where Kobe Bryant was going.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's past that.
I agree with you. Kobe was going to a certain level, but he's not where LeBron is now, is what I'm saying. And LeBron James pulling his name out, we're not even seeing his name mentioned, because I looked for 4 or 5 different outlets. I didn't even see his name even mentioned in any of this stuff. Whereas last week, if you recall, we were talking about, I don't know if you were on the show what we were talking about LeBron James literally said, no, I don't have nothing to do with any of the expansion teams. We literally had a conversation about that not even a week ago on this show. And because we were having that conversation, he pulled his name back, which leads me to believe something's going on. I don't know.
Somebody told that man, somebody whispered in his ear, bro.
Possibly.
You know what I'm saying? For him to pull back like that, just all of a sudden and abruptly, I smell fish.
Or it's like what I said, what I speculated last week, is that LeBron might have more to play with him, and Rich Paul might have more to play going on with the overseas league that he's putting together, and that might be more of what I don't know. I think there's too much going on here with this. Damian Jones, what's your take on this, bro?
Yeah, it makes more sense that he will want to do his own league and have more control over that than be.
Yeah, it's more money. It's more money. Yeah,
business with the NBA now. I would like to see him and Jordan come together and own a team. I think that would just be like the most powerful power couple per se that we ever seen. But if he gets more money making his own league, that's super dope. Like a black man owning your own league, to me, sounds better than owning a team. So that's dope. But I would rather than the expansion, those 2 teams you talking about moving from East, just take them teams over there, like Minnesota in Vegas. Put the Pelicans in Seattle, instead of making watering the NBA down even more. Y'all already complaining it's too many games. Now we add more games and more teams. It just don't make sense to me.
Okay, I will say this. I'm not sure if it waters down the league. I'm not sure of that, but what I am sure of, without a shadow of a doubt, is that there's something going on with LeBron James in this situation. There's something going on here with this, because his name is pulled out, and LeBron and Rich Paul still have on their brain this expansion team that they want to partner. Let's not forget this part, that they want to partner with the NBA. You know what I mean? I don't even know if there's going to be like the junior league. I don't know if they want to be able to get teams playing regular season games with the European teams. I don't know but I can see that happening. You know what I'm saying, D? I can see that happening.
I have a date with LeBron's mom later. I just want to be like, that's my stepson. So then, that's all
he's going in and out. Jay, what's your take on this, bro?
First, I gotta text D Jones the definition of expansion. Expansion means to expand, to add more. Right? If you just move some teams, you haven't expanded. All right.
Yeah, you don't need to expand.
No, clearly they do. I mean, in a business, you want to grow into more lucrative markets. Like I read this article like a couple weeks ago. It said Seattle and Las Vegas immediately are in the top 8 markets in the NBA before they're even a team. once they open up for business, they are top 8 in terms of money generation in the entire NBA. So you
But so
can't
Jay,
leave untapped markets like that.
so Jay, if you own the Pelicans, I'd be like, hey, let me move my team over there.
But there's money in New Orleans.
Not
There's money in Minnesota.
I like
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't leave money to go get a slightly bigger bag when you can get all the money. You know what I'm saying?
So where you at with this, Jay? Where you at with this whole thing right now with LeBron not being part of any of the expansion team? Where you at with that?
Okay, so as a person, man, who's from a city that went through the whole expansion process, with the Jaguars, like I remember that whole process. Like before any team was awarded, they had a bunch of cities, and the cities made their pitch. Because I remember it was us, it was Charlotte, it was St. Louis, and a few other teams, a couple other teams, that made their pitch to the NFL saying this is why we deserve to be an NFL city.
Mhm.
And now that process in the NFL, I don't know if it's different for the NBA, was you already had your ownership group intact because you had to say these are the people who are going to be the owners. These are the incentives that are the package that the city is going to offer in terms of stadiums, in terms of all those things that come along with it. So to me, I think they already got who they want to own the teams already lined up. I mean, that's how in the NFL, I don't see why this would be different. I mean, it's like award cities and have no idea who's going to own it. I don't know how you do that.
Yeah. But not having LeBron's name part of this and everything else does stand out to me when he was literally in conversations to have a piece of that not even 18 months ago. So
I mean, but they're always selling off portions of the team, though.
Yeah, they
you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's always a primary owner, and then other people come in, take a stake.
Right.
The one thing about that expansion teams business, though, man, it is a lot of excitement behind that. When new team come, man,
in those cities, oh yeah.
Man, I was living in South Carolina when the Panthers were coming in 1995. I was down there when they were. What you talking about, Jay? That era when they had to pitch and like all that stuff. And
Jacksonville's on fire, baby.
I was young, but I remember. We was in college, but I remember that was a big deal in Charlotte at the time, and they wanted to be called the Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? It's Panthers, but they just named it Carolina. But I remember that being a thing. It was huge. And look, they came and they went to the Super Bowl quick. You know what I'm saying? And, back then and all this kind of stuff. It's a lot of excitement behind the expansion team.
I agree with that 100%.
And it's more jersey revenue. It's more.
All that.
It's everything, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the next thing, man, because I want to definitely keep this moving on. Y'all going to find this very interesting. We talked about a week ago. We talked about the NFL Competition Committee finalizing and trying to finalize rule changes, proposals, and things like that was going on because they were having a situation with the refs coming up because they're getting ready to, the NFL's trying to negotiate with the refs and they're trying to finalize this deal with the refs. But right now, it seems like they're more so of finalizing a process with the replacement refs. There are 150 of them. Now, what's going to happen, this is what they're saying right now. What's going to happen is these replacement refs will be reffing the game, but unlike what happened in 2012, Howie, unlike what happened then, while these replacement refs are on the field, they will still be officiated with staff members in the league's Game Day Central Command Center in New York who are going to be permitted to weigh in on a wide variety of calls and, of course, uncalled penalties, and they're going to make sure that they step in if there's anything that they think is going to be, a little bit suspect going one way or the other. That looks like it's going to happen because they don't want to happen what happened before in 2012. Now, you all were talking about games being long with Major League Baseball. Be prepared for some seriously long NFL games if these replacement refs aren't getting the games right the way they think they are. Instead of just finalizing with the NFL refs now, this is where we're going with this, Howard. What's your take?
This is so dumb, man. I mean, you talk about a step back. This is backwards. They already got a problem with these calls, man. They already got nobody knows what a touchdown is anymore. Nobody knows what a catch is anymore. Nobody knows what a fumble is anymore. Nobody knows what a proper recovery is. Nothing no more. They got everybody guessing now because of this damn gambling. I'm gonna tell you something, man. This gambling is deep, and this proves it. They putting in these new refs and all these whatever you want to call them, scab refs or whatever they are, off the couch dudes to kind of come in and do stuff. This is opening up a field of gambling, bruh. They about to have a field day. You know what I'm saying? All the big gamblers about to make bread. That's all this is telling me.
I can't even disagree with that. Where are you at with this, D. Jones?
As a ex-gambler.
He's back on the wagon.
As a ex-gambler, I've been clean for 3 days.
Ain't no games came up.
I think that I'm going to apply because I need to make some extra money. Okay, and I only want to ref Lions and Patriots games, especially the one they play.
Hell no.
The one they play against each other this season. I really want to ref that game. I take one check plus I'm going to gamble. But I believe when you say that the people in New York call in, I think that already started because the last time they had replacement refs. So they've been doing it since the last time. Maybe we don't need replacements for those replacements. I don't know.
Right.
NFL, we gonna watch it regardless of what they do. Like it could be somebody's grandmama out there. We still gonna watch.
Yeah.
And that's why they take advantage of us.
Yeah.
For that reason right there.
We stupid.
Because we don't.
Right.
We still gonna watch. Jay, what's
Well,
your
look
take?
at it, man. My team lost every game one year. Ticket sales went up.
Jay, what's your take?
That's terrible, bro.
That's terrible. So it don't matter, refs. All we're gonna do is complain. We're gonna sit back and get mad, but rightfully so. But this is a gambler's paradise, bro. All these different refs, all this situation, man.
Yeah.
All right, Howie, let Jay give his take. What's your take, Jay?
My take is this. I mean, this is just like the MLB, you know, with the cameras.
Yeah.
You know, they're just trying to figure out a way, you know, so probably what's going to happen, they probably just going to have, you know, androids, cyborgs on the field, just running around and throwing their hand up and waiting for a call, you know, from New York to tell them what the call of the play is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and I pulled it up, you know, when you brought it up. The NFL generates over $23 billion a year in revenue.
They sure do.
And it's not enough. It's not enough for them to make $23 billion a year in revenue, of which each of the 32 teams get a minimum of $400 million off the top. That's not including, you know, like, you know, the stadiums and the concessions and the parking. The parking is I mean, is where they really make the money.
And sponsorship.
And you know what I'm saying? So they just keep trying to figure out ways to put more money in their pockets, and they don't care about the product. They don't care about the people, you know, that make the game happen. They don't care about the players. They don't care about the officials. They don't even care about you as a fan. Because like Howie said, they lost every game, and they raised the goddamn ticket price, you know, the next season. That's egregious, bro.
It really is. It really is. But since we're talking about the NFL, let's keep the ball rolling, Howie Bell, because Joe Flacco decided to stay with the Cincinnati Bengals and shocked me and everybody else out there who's paying attention to this. Joe Flacco literally right now he's 41 years old, signed a 1-year contract for $6 million, but could be worth up to $9 million with more wins and more yards that he throws. What's your take on Joe Flacco coming back to the Bengals, Howie?
Stealing money.
Right.
Stealing money because he ain't got to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? He don't have to do nothing but hold a clipboard. They got a great quarterback already. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what is he going to, you know, it's nothing. He's nothing. These are lazy jobs. Man, listen, bro, these people are out here making millions of dollars in the United States of America, bro, off of nothingness. If we can just figure it out, we'll all be rich. So I get it, man. You put in work, you know, you're a great athlete. Flacco, you know, you're an athlete, you're a professional athlete, should I say. You want to still make money, go play with the Bengals. Go get behind your boy, man, and just make money. Eat donuts and drink coffee. I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing. I don't feel nothing about Joe Flacco staying with the Bengals. It means absolutely nothing.
But unless what's his name gets hurt, then it's going to mean a whole lot.
Burrow, and I mean, and his resume says he probably will.
Yeah, according to his resume, he gets injured every year, so then it means a whole lot. But let me see what D. Jones thinks. D. Jones, where you at with this Joe Flacco staying with the Cincinnati Bengals?
Those are my thoughts. It's a brilliant move by the Cincinnati Bengals because Paul George of football. He's gonna miss 4 to 5 games every season. So you're gonna that backup they had last year. They traded for Joe Flacco because their backup sucked that bad. So this is, I think, a smart move for Joe. Get that money, play your 4-5 games because you're gonna play them because they line suck and Burrow get hurt. So it's a perfect, good sign.
Let's not forget, D. Jones, that the Bengals just lost a huge key piece on their front line of their defense too. So whoever is going to be there, Cincinnati is right now, as it looks right now on paper, they in line for a really long year. You know what I mean?
A lot of plays on offense because they ain't gonna be plays on defense. They're gonna get bombed.
Yeah, they sure will be. Jay, where your take at this, Jay?
What D. Jones overlooked was they not only traded for Flacco, they traded with a team inside their own division, and they had no respect for Flacco. They said, "Go ahead and take him. We don't mind playing against him." You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
So in terms of re-signing, the Bengals, I don't think there are many teams clamoring for Flacco. So I think that it was going to be the Bengals are going to the glue factory.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know what I mean? So for him to be there, because at least he's a reliable backup, and Burrow does tend to get hurt. He's just like maybe if they need him for like 3 or 4 games. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully not 3 or 4 in a row. You know what I'm saying? Like spot service, and then you get Burrow back. But to me, that Cincinnati is the only place that makes sense because I don't see anybody else trying to bring him in.
Yeah, I don't either. All right, Howie Bell, let's move this thing along. Let's jump into the NBA. I'm gonna come back to the NFL in a second. Let's jump into the NBA because we got to talk about the New York Knicks are on a 7-game winning streak. After the New York Knicks were on a 6 or 7 losing game streak, then they started putting it together. So my question to you, Howie Bell, is this the New York Knicks team that is for real now, or was the real team the team that was losing? Like, which team are we seeing right now from the New York Knicks?
I think they are who they are. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks they're just that kind of team. You know what I'm saying? Like they streaky like that. I think when the playoffs come, they're gonna do well. I think this is just that time of the year where everybody's trying to put together runs right now. It's only about 14 games left, 13, 14, 15 games left or something.
Yeah, depending on
something like that. So everybody's trying to put these runs together. I wouldn't look too much or too much of it or too less of it. I just think it's just something that happened. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't think of it like, they're this or bad either. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's just still even killed, still kind of neutral. They get rounding off the season.
All right, so D. Jones, so everybody knows in the NBA, you got to get hot at the right time. It looks like the Knicks are getting hot at the right time. It looks like that they tied with the Celtics. It might even be a half a game behind them, or maybe might be actually equally tied in the loss column too. But either way, they are fighting for the second spot in the East right now. What do you take on the New York Knicks winning streak right now, D. Jones? Since your team is number 1 in the East,
can't get that number 1 because the mighty Pistons got number 1. I'm gonna leave this with Jay. I'm sure Jay looked up who they played. But I'm pretty sure they're still bums because they played the Flint Tropics. They played his team. They played somebody from the Y. They didn't play nobody, and they've barely been beating them by 1 to 3 points. They're still bums. Ain't nobody scared of Zesty Cat or Brunson. They didn't beat anybody on the street. I'm not impressed. Whatever. They might make it to the second round, depending on who they playing, but ain't nobody scared of the Knicks. I don't give a piss about the Knicks. I hope Mo watching.
Hey, is this the right New York Knicks team that we're looking at right now? Is because I think they're going to get set because the Celtics schedule is getting harder and the Knicks schedule is getting easier. So I think it's a foregone conclusion they're going to get the second, So that's what I think we at. But what's your take on this, Jay? Where you at?
I mean, I don't know, man. You know, it's a first-year head coach. There's always an adjustment period. I mean, yeah, they're all professionals, man, but there's always an adjustment. You know, it's a new system, it's a new everything. So sometimes it takes you a while to kind of work those things out. But to add credence to what D. Jones said on the win streak, Pelicans, Wizards, Nets, Pacers, Warriors, Pacers, Jazz. Those are the teams they beat. Right? Now, they haven't played, you know, the upper echelon of teams, but you can only play, you know, who lines up opposite you.
Yeah.
And they're beating the teams that they're supposed to beat. And they are a talented team. They have two go-to players that you have the game plan for. I don't care how you feel about the Knicks. I don't care how zesty Cat is. He can play basketball. I don't care how much, you know, Bronson does whatever. Yo, he can play ball. So they're a dangerous team to me. You know, I mean, especially in a playoff setting where you got to play them every night in and night out.
Sure.
Yeah, 7 games. 7 games. That brings me to you, Howie Bell. That brings me up the Cleveland Cavaliers, because Howie Bell, they're putting it together too. And they're, you know, people overlook Cleveland right now. You know, they're like, hey, Cleveland's doing this and Cleveland's doing that. Well, ever since James Harden came, ever since they have a winning record. They're playing great basketball right now. So everybody, you know, is everybody overlooking Cleveland Cavaliers?
They might be getting a little overlooked. And you know, it's not to no fault of their own. They probably glad they coming in under the radar a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because Cleveland's a little sneaky. I'm scared of them. You know what I'm saying? I think they're gonna pop somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be the Pistons, but they're gonna pop somebody. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they may end up in the conference finals. You never know. You know, they're playing really well since Harden got there. But I don't think anyone really fears the beard like that. And I think that, you know, is hit or miss with them two. You know, Harden may be fugazi. You know, playoff time come, he may miss a couple shots. You know, some important stuff. So I'm not all the way sold on Cleveland, but they are a little scary. If they play like they're supposed to play on paper, then they trouble. They're trouble.
Okay, so that's what your take is. Let me see what D. Jones is going to think about them, because D. Jones, before I even throw it to you, I think the person on the Cleveland Cavaliers who no one's talking about, who's making all that glue fit, is Dennis Schroeder. That's who I think, because I watched him play 2 times now in the last couple of games, and Dennis Schroeder's playing phenomenal basketball. He's playing phenomenal basketball. But he's getting outshined by Donovan Mitchell and James Harden, because they are also playing phenomenal basketball too. But let me ask you, D. Jones, is Cleveland playing lights out basketball to you, and should anybody fear Cleveland come playoff time? Because they're playing great ball.
So let's start with this. They beat Orlando. Orlando on the streak too, like a 6-game losing streak. That's 1. 2, Schroeder played for the Pistons last year, man, and he was a key component to our success last year, and we didn't want to let him go. So I wish we would have kept Schroeder, but he's gone. So you're right. Cleveland radio yesterday was talking about, we in 4th place. We're in position. We want the Pistons. They want to play the Pistons. They feel like they're better than the Pistons, and they want to play the Pistons. I am a little bit not scared of them, but they give me a little concern. The problem is with Cleveland, they got 2 dudes that never show up in the playoffs. So they can win as many games they want to now, but James Harden and Donovan Mitchell, like Will Smith daddy, they just don't show up when it's time.
Donovan balled out last year in the playoffs, though, until he got hurt.
Well,
yeah, but I think injuries was their problem last couple of years. Jay, what's your take on
the Harden problem?
Huh? What do you
He
say?
said, what's James Harden problem? And the problem is he's James Harden.
He's James Harden.
Nobody fears the beard in the playoffs, bro.
Yeah.
They're just not scared of him.
And I was going to talk about that too, D, because I'm looking at what Darius Garland been doing since getting traded to the Clippers.
Right.
Bro, he's averaging 21 and 7 over 51% shooting.
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
Like I don't think it's ironic, you know, that the Clippers season turned around after that trade. After they got rid of Harden and brought in Garland, man, he's balling, man. I mean, I'm starting to wonder one, what was Cleveland doing to keep this dude from doing what he's doing with the Clippers? And two, are they thinking that maybe they traded away, the wrong player?
Mm-hmm.
Because, hey, man, 21-7 from the point guard position, 50% shooting? Come on, bro. And he shoots threes on top of that?
Yeah, he's playing lights out basketball. He's
playing lights out ball, man. So, to me, I agree with Howie and Dito, man, because I don't think they're dangerous. I mean, they're dangerous, man, but I don't think people quicker in their boots about them because, one, Hart never shows up in the playoffs. And even if he's scoring, he still ain't going to be defending.
Mm-hmm.
Don going to get his. But they got a bunch of players around them who aren't really scorers. So I don't think that they're going to really scare a lot of people like that because if Donovan has an off night, it's going to be over with for them.
I don't know. Cleveland got some shooters over there. They got some shooters.
Yeah, they do. They do. But I agree with everything Jay said. The issue is, Howie, the issue is, honestly, in the East, there are 3 or 4 teams, or 4 or 5 teams that could do some work if they show up. But the problem is we know 3 teams will. You know what I mean? Unlike in the West, the top 6 teams are going to do some work. You know what I mean? You don't want to run into the top 6 of any of those. So that's the problem. But that brings me up to this, Howie Bell. I just saw ESPN's power rankings today, and I loved it. I ain't gonna front. I love the power rankings. Y'all ain't gonna like it, but this is the power rankings. They got ESPN power rankings right now today. They got OKC number 1, Detroit 2, the Celtics 3, San Antonio 4, the Lakers 5, the Knicks 6, Cleveland 7, Denver 8, Minnesota 9, and Houston Rockets 10. Now, I'm going to just throw this to you and say, Howie, I didn't even think Houston Rockets should have been in the top 10, honestly. I didn't think they should even be in the top 10. But I have a couple of other issues. But first, you tell me your ESPN roster. You heard the rankings.
My number one problem is the Spurs at 4.
No way Boston should be ahead of the Spurs.
No, I don't think so either. But
that don't sound right. And Detroit and OKC sounds about right. I don't know. I'm a Detroit Pistons fan, but I might even have to put the Spurs at number 2. It's a tough. Even though I believe the Pistons are number 1 in the East, I just think in the league I might have to put OKC and the Spurs before the Pistons. And that's just me being an honest sports guy. Now my heart said Detroit number 1, period. But in reality, that top 5, they got that mixed up. That could be something different. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. Let me ask the other Pistons fan on the board, D Jones. You heard the 10. What you like about it? What don't you like about it? And what's the order?
If this is probably like a weekly power rankings,
It is.
I would definitely have to say Houston's got to be out, and I would put one of the hottest teams in the last 2 weeks at 10. That's the Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
They've been playing crazy basketball since they got CJ McCullough. They got one of the best defensive teams and some of the best young stars on their squad. Definitely the Spurs should be second.
Yep.
Wow. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Breaking news. Adam Silver says he's changing the draft. And he needs to make the draft, the NBA draft, according to Adam Silver, is going to be changed. And I just got this. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver made it clear today that he's going to fix this tanking and he's going to make a priority to the draft. So I'm sorry, D Jones.
That's cool. I heard they win that next season anyway, so I don't think it's going to affect this draft.
It's possible it's going to be this one, bro. It's possible it's going to be this one because they talk.
And then when they're taking, they're referring to these players that keep taking off this time, right?
Right.
No, tanking is ownership and coaches.
Ownership. They're concerned
about nothing to do with players.
Oh, okay. It's the team itself saying basically we're gonna tank so we can get a higher pick.
Correct.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Benching players, not playing the best players.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
All right, D Jones, finish your thought process so I can go to Jay.
So I'm gonna go Detroit, San Antonio, OKC.
Detroit, San Antonio. Okay, those are your top.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna go OKC, San Antonio, Detroit. I'm throwing Houston out of there, and I'm adding the Hawks.
Okay. All right. So Jay, where you at with this with the ESPN power ranking? Because I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, it's really interesting to have Boston ahead of the Spurs. For me, OKC got to be number one, best record in the league.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put the Spurs number two because they beat the hell out of OKC and Detroit.
It is.
Not the hell.
Number three, for me, that still ain't Boston, man, because I don't think Boston, can beat Denver.
Mm-hmm.
In a head-to-head.
They did lose. Yeah.
So to me, Boston's no better than 5.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I might put them ahead of the Knicks. No, I can't put them ahead of the Knicks, man, because they didn't beat the Knicks last year. So
what's that
number 5?
Jay, they ain't got nothing to do with this year. They beat the Knicks this year.
Yes, it does. Styles make fights, man. I mean, until you beat them people in the playoffs, I don't want to hear from you.
You lost me at that moment there. I was with you, but you lost me at that moment. Keep going.
I know I did, man, because I spoke some truth. That's how Tatum got carried up the court last year. The Knicks broke his back.
All right. Okay.
So I put the Knicks number 5 because I think they are the toughest out to me in the playoffs, come playoff time, because they got 2 legitimate people who can get buckets for them. Detroit got Cade, and they got a bunch of other dudes that you hope show up, but Cade is the only reliable person they got. The Knicks got Cat, and they got that Brunson kid, man. And I'm telling you, in a series, they're dangerous. So, and I agree with D also, man. Houston look like garbage truck juice right now. So just move them out. I like the Hawks, but yeah, I mean, Houston has to have the most disappointing season so far.
Okay, so now let me move on from that ridiculous take. Let me move on to this, Howie Bell. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Puka Nacua is getting sued, Howie, and I wanted to talk about this because
I saw that.
What this brother said and what he did is one of those things you sit there and say, bro, like, what are you talking about? A woman filed a lawsuit in LA saying Puka Nacua literally said, F all the Jews, and she immediately felt uncomfortable and emotionally distressed because of her Jewish faith. Later in the lawsuit, she said she was in the car with Nacua when he forcibly bit her on her left shoulder, leaving a circular imprint of his teeth on her body. And also the lawsuit also alleges Nacua bit her friend's thumb, also in the car, with such force that her companion screamed in acute pain. This is what's going on right now in the world of Puka Nacua. What is your take on this, Howie Bell? Because this dude, to me, if he's trying to get out of the NFL real fast, all you gotta do is keep saying Jewish stuff, anti-Jewish stuff. You'll be out so fast, bro. But anyway, what's your take, Howie?
There's a couple things going on here. Damn, Puka Nacua, you got some Mike Tyson blood in you, huh? You biting people, bro? Man,
What hit or something, man?
I mean, what's up with you, man? You had a great season, probably one of the best seasons of your career. I mean, superstar receiver Puka Nacua, you biting women on the shoulders and fingers, and you that's first. Let's talk about the Jewish stuff later. You biting people, bro. Come on, man. Your bite force, you know what I'm saying, is probably really hard, bro. You're a football player. You biting women. Dog, you deserve. I don't care what they get from you. They deserve it. Now let's talk about the anti-Semitism stuff or whatever. People have freedom of speech, man. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing: you got freedom of speech, but you don't have freedom of consequence. And when you're dealing with this super hyper racial tension we got going on, bro, anything you say, you know what I'm saying, they can use it against you, man, and try to put you in a box and put you in some kind of category. So my thing is, when you say something, don't be afraid to speak your mind, but just be prepared to what might come back at you. Now, if you trying to get, like you said, get exited out of NFL, you damn right. They don't really want you to be, with the F the Jews and all that. You might kind of get yourself out of all professionals, shit in America. You know what I'm saying? Because, America is we jock Israel so hard, you know what I'm saying, that this might as well be Israel. So
not with his stats.
You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, man. I mean, you can't say it. Just be prepared to speak your mind, like we all do, in the opinion that something's going to come back at you, because we just live in a world full of wussies anyway that you can't talk no more. So whenever you say something that hurts their little feelings, somebody gonna come at you, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. Now the biting part though, that's the weirdo stuff.
That's what you should be suing over.
So D Jones, he got two things going against him. One, he assaulted a woman, and two, he's talking about Jews at the same time, and all in the same instance right now. Where are you thinking that your thoughts going on with this Puka Nacua situation, D Jones?
One thing I know about that community, if we say one more thing, we gonna be apologizing. So
right, you can't really say too much.
So we'll know if that's true if tomorrow he got to come out with an apology. That's the biting somebody on the shoulder. Was he driving or she driving? I can't not to believe this part. Like, she sounded like she might just want some money. Friend thumb.
But it was her friend. He bit her friend too on the finger allegedly.
Yeah, that's.
After he bit the first one, how you bite the second one?
Right, that's what
It sounds a little bit far fetched.
Right. It sounds crazy to me too, D.
It sounds crazy. Now if he apologized tomorrow and settle out of court, then maybe he did it. I've been in a lot of freaky places. I ain't never bit nobody.
Mm-hmm. We ain't gonna talk about freaky places you gone. Jay, where you at with this? Because at the end of the day, there's definitely something going on that's not being reported. And my homie I was talking to about it today, he was saying maybe Puka thought it was a woman and turned out to be a transgender. We just don't know. Maybe that's not being reported. I didn't even think of that part. But what's your take?
Why the hell would he put? Why is that an assumption? What?
That's what you do. You bite him.
You a tranny? Hey, you a tranny? Somebody bite you? What? You put your mouth on the transsexual?
That's what he said.
Because is that what they said?
No, that's what my friend said. My friend said that.
Is that how your friend fend them off?
Yeah.
Let me put my mouth on the
deal with
that, bro. Speaks a lot about him.
Listen, there are many places. Many places where my brain goes. That is not on the destination, bro.
Yeah. Not at all. But I'm trying to be fair and neutral over here, and I'm also trying to be fair to like what would make Puka Nacua do that? Like, did he think that there was a woman who did he think it was a man dressed as a woman? You know what I mean? Did he think
why? No. He could just be an asshole.
Could
you know what I'm saying?
Could be that too.
He's a football player, man. He's a wide receiver who takes shots to the head. He might have CTE already. We don't know this, right? But here's the thing for me. With her trying to sue somebody over anti-Semitic statements. We've been called nigga from sun up to sundown. They ain't cut a check yet over words.
Not damn check.
Not damn check been cut, right? But she feels like because somebody said F Jews, which is his opinion, I guess. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I guess, he's required to love all Jews and express only love to them. You know what I mean? So for me, bro, it's a crazy lawsuit to me, and it feels like she's just trying to get a bag any kind of way that she can because they say like I said, man, black people get called stuff, Chinese people get called stuff, Mexicans for sure get called stuff, and ain't nobody cut no check yet. And they say it on camera on TV. And it's not because they don't sue, it's because it'll be a frivolous lawsuit. Because they can say, well, how we say it? You got freedom of speech to say whatever you want to say, and it's not illegal to say those things. So because your feelings were hurt, now you're entitled to millions of dollars because we got to take care of your feelings? Come on, man, stop this.
Get out.
And Jay, what's the crazy part? Have y'all noticed that even some white people are flipping it like I can say the N-word because it's freedom of speech?
And like
is that right? But they're not free to get your ass whipped on a consequence. So you can say whatever you want to say. You know what I'm saying? But consequences are different.
Right.
All right, let me get this last topic in, even though I got at least 5 more. I ain't going to make those today. The Ravens, Howie Bell, are reportedly concerned about Max Crosby degenerate knee issue beyond this season, and that's why they decided to pass, and that's what they're putting out there officially right now. And they think that his ability to play after several seasons with the team due to a degenerative knee issue is the reason why they are putting out there that they are not going to move forward, and they decided not to move forward with this. A lot of people on social media are calling it BS, Howie. They're calling this BS.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know. I didn't see the medical records. I don't know nothing about knee issues and everything else. Where are you at with this excuse the Ravens use about Max Crosby's degenerative knee issue?
Yeah, because they was doing the old whoop-de-whoop switcheroo thing a few weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? Let's hold them. Let's do this. Now we don't want. So now this is their official report as to why they didn't do it. And this is the first I've heard. I've never heard about him having a degenerative knee issue. You know what I'm saying? But I guess you can go to any doctor or anybody and come up and say, hey, evaluate this guy and give me, this is the kind of report I want you to give. You know what I'm saying? People use their own physicians all the time to come up with what they want, whether good or bad, whether it's in their favor or against. So, I mean, I'm not putting a lot of water in it. I just think that they played the game, they won the game, and now this is their excuse. Ravens, y'all up, man. Y'all won. Leave the excuses alone.
D. Jones, where you at with this
Right.
excuse about the Ravens?
Max Crosby in Baltimore would have been like a new Paul Wall record. You know what I'm saying? You just, certain white boys can't go to certain cities. It's gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they was like, this. We already got enough black people. We can't add Max Crosby. Ain't got nothing to do with his knee, man.
He can bring in Jelly Roll.
We can't bring in Kelly Road too.
Jay, you get the final word, bro.
Listen, man. At the end of the day, it's business.
Mm-hmm.
And ESPN posted like a really in-depth article a couple days ago about that thing, and they reported it, down the middle of of what Max was saying and what Baltimore was saying. But what I read in the article was they said that when he came in and they gave him their own MRI and their doctors took a look at it, they didn't they felt less comfortable with the trade.
Right.
And now I don't think it was about his current contract. I think it was looking at his age now, the ability for him to be viable beyond the current 3 years that he's under contract for, and you give him 2 first-round picks. Like, you're letting essentially 2 21-year-olds walk out the building for this guy who has a knee condition. So for whatever the reason was, it ain't sound money. You know what I'm saying? To do that when he's already injured, to me.
And that's the final word. And then, there it is. That's the final word. All right, before we roll up out of here, looking at the time, we got to talk to Howie Bell, see what he got going on in his world and how we can follow him. What's going on, Howie?
Man, I got to go deal with these airports tomorrow. I got to get my flight leave at 6 a.m. So I think I need to go heading to the airport in about 30 minutes. So,
yeah.
But now we really don't have a big problem here in Detroit. I'm more so worried about when I get to LaGuardia and actually leaving from LaGuardia and go to Chicago for my show when I leave there. But I'll be in New York tomorrow. Y'all make sure y'all check me out. Howie Bell and Friends, 144 Bleecker Street this Saturday, the 28th. Got a great lineup, man, for Women's History Month, and it's going down. So y'all make sure y'all come holler at me. And I'm going to be at Comedy Harlem on Sunday. That's my last show before I leave town. JD Hayes, let's hang out, baby. I'll be there.
I'm rolling through Saturday, bro.
Howie, when you get there, man, you might as well rent the car and drive back home because that way you still beat the plane. Because I've been reading.
Might be right. You might be right. Or leave the driving the Greyhound.
Right.
Yeah.
Either way, you're on the road.
Yeah. Just don't get in the air. D Jones, talk to me, bro. How's everything going on?
Follow me at 313 D Jones. Tonight I'll be at the Pistons game. Just in case they need an extra point guard, I've been shooting around. I can put like 5 minutes, a half in, you know what I'm saying? 10 minutes, 21 points, 13 rebounds. I can give them tonight, you know what I'm saying? Just
you said 21 points? You give them 21 points?
10 minutes. That's in a game of 21. I'm getting 21. So, you know what I'm saying?
At least he's confident. I like your confidence. I like that confidence.
Hey, Frank, I'm sorry. I know y'all talked about this other day. Everyone squeezing in. Detroit Pistons swept the Lakers. Just want to say that.
Yeah. We did talk about that the other day.
Just want to say
that. Jess, remember that nigga follow you, bro.
I need D Jones to focus them 10 minutes on being the meanest Gatorade mixer in the business because that's about all you can do. Hand them cups out.
If you get that close to the floor.
Hand them cups out, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's the best thing you can do for the Pistons. Hey, you can follow me at JD Hayes over at Fanbase. And I'm gonna hang out with Howard this weekend, bro. Man, on Women's History Month, I gotta bring some people through for that.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Gonna be a great show.
So tomorrow we got to talk about the Seattle Seahawks. We got to talk about what's getting ready to happen with obviously some of the things the NFL are doing with the scheduling. We're going to talk about some more about the NBA. We also going to talk about what's going on out west in the NBA right now, because it looks brutal right now with the seeding and what things is happening. Right,
it's very road, bro.
Yeah, it's very interesting because people are being separated by one game. You know what I mean? All the way clear up and down. We're gonna jump into all of that.
I think the business up by 5.
Anyway, yeah, we know. Anyway, we're gonna talk to y'all. The main of the show's called Box Seats. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for sharing. We'll be back tomorrow, 5 o'clock. Peace.
Hey, what you need, yeah? Man, I got it, wow. What you say, hey? We about it,
I don't